Hi everybody, I am here again for a what am I reading? And I know it's been I think 3 weeks or something since I've actually done a video, and I apologize for that. It's just been kind of a procrastinatory, busy time, because it's like one of those weird things where I'm just I'm busy, I'm doing a lot of things, but when I'm not doing things, I just don't feel like doing anything. So I've had time to do videos, but I just haven't wanted to, I guess, in a sense, or had the motivation to do it, really. But I've gotten a lot of wonderful things in the past few weeks. A lot of 2015 books. If you've been following me on Twitter, you probably have seen a lot of videos, a lot of pictures of me with my new, with my coveted 2015 books that I'm really, really, really excited about. So I'm going to show off a few that you may have seen on Twitter and some that you may not have seen on Twitter. So, mainly because I didn't talk about them. But first off, I'm going to talk about what I'm reading right now, or what I've actually finished. I finished up with Exquisite Captive. That was kind of another reason why I didn't do a video, is because it took me 3 weeks to finish this book, because it's just been hard for me to just kind of be reading books for some reason, and it had nothing to do with the book. I mean, I really enjoyed this book. It was fantastic. I love reading about genies, and Heather Demetrios is quickly becoming one of my new favorite authors, and so it was a really, really, really good book. And I'm part of her blogger caravan, and I do actually have the hardcover of the book, which actually mentions me and all the other blogger caravanners that helped promote this release. And we got a whole page dedicated to us in the back of the hardcover, which is fantastic. And so it's a really, really, really good book. If you like, if you like genies, first off, definitely go and get this book. It's fantastic. But if you're just into paranormal and want something different than what's currently out there, this is definitely something that you should check out. And it's the first book in a trilogy, which of course what isn't. And but it's fantastic, and I'm really excited to see where the book is going to go, or where the series is going to go. In between, of course, I said that it's taking me a long time to finish reading books, and I think that maybe mainly just be paranormal books, long paranormal books. That book is 470 pages long, and the book that I'm currently reading, that I'll show off in a minute, is about 400 pages long, and it's everything is 400 pages, and I'm and tiny print, and I'm I can't handle this. People write shorter books with bigger font. So in the meantime, I just kind of picked this up, and so I was really excited to read it. It doesn't come out until December 9th, I think. Yeah, December 9th. And it's Top 10 Clues You're Clueless by Liz Zukas. And I absolutely loved her debut book called Ask Again Later, and which, if you haven't read it yet, go check it out. And if you love contemporary, fun contemporary romantic books, check it out. And this book was just as good, if not better, than her debut. I absolutely loved it. I flew through it. I'm not kidding you. I read it quickly, over 2 days or something like that. And it was just fantastic. I loved it. I'm gonna have a review up soon on the blog, so check it out. And then keep this in mind. It's December 9th, and it takes place around Christmas time. Actually, I think Christmas Eve. So it's a perfect Christmas book. And then the book I'm currently reading is Forbidden by Kimberley Griffiths Little, and I'm actually going to see Kimberly next week, Wednesday, October 28th. I think it's the 20th, it might be the 29th, in Charlottesville, along with a few other authors, and so I'm kind of reading this, because of that, and currently on the blog, I'll leave a link to it in the description, I am hosting, I put up a post about Kimberly's contest, that she's running, that has a bunch of fantastic, giveaways, there's like going to be like 15 winners, but the grand prize winner is going to get a Kindle Fire HD, I think, or something like that. But it's a Kindle, and along with like several books and a bunch of other fantastic things that are related to the book. And I'm really enjoying this so far. I'm like 130 pages in, and because I posted up that post, I was in touch with the publicist for it, and I asked for an extra copy, and this is actually the extra copy. My reading copy is downstairs right now, and but this is the extra copy, so I'm bringing both to Charlottesville, and obviously I'm getting my copy signed to myself, and I'm getting the extra copy signed to a winner who will be named on my blog. So if you go check out that post, it has there's a Rafflecopter contest, and that's for Kimberly's contest. That's when the Kindle Fire and whatever else she's giving away. But you can leave a comment on my post and be entered into a contest to win a personalized signed copy of Forbidden. So the contest ends on Tuesday, October 28th, and which I think that's the date. So it's like 28th, and basically Tuesday night. And so go ahead and enter it. And I'm really excited. I'm really enjoying this book. I'm not a huge fan of historical books to begin with, but I'm actually really enjoying this book. It's really interesting. And I also got recently, so these are books that I'm actually just getting, I will be reading this one soon though, but it's The Almost Perfect Guide to Imperfect Boys by Barbara D. I read her previous book, which was Confessions of a Trauma Queen, I think, or something like that. Or no, it's just Trauma Queen. And so her publicist emailed me about this book that came out, I think, last month. And I was like, sure, because I love Trauma Queen. And I love reading middle grade books. And so this looked like a really cute, fun read. So I'm really excited to get to it. And I will let you guys know what I think. And then here's some 2015 books that I got. Alex as Well by Alyssa Brugman, I think. It's in cursive, and I don't know. It's in cursive in here as well. Brugman, I guess. I don't know. And I'm really excited to read this book because it deals with a transgender character. And I feel like I haven't read a whole lot of those. I own a few, but I've not actually gotten around to reading one. So I will definitely be reading this one. It comes out in January 20th, from Macmillan. And so I'm really excited to read this book, and it's actually a fairly short book. It's like 200 pages, which is already a plus in my book. So, because it's so much easier to get through shorter books. I also got A Wicked Thing by Rhiannon Thomas, and this comes out in February 24th. And essentially it's what happens after Happily Ever After, which I was really excited about. And it deals with Sleeping Beauty, Princess Aurora. So I'm really excited to read this book. I read the summary and it just sounded fantastic. And so I am really excited to read this book. The Winner's Crime by Marie Rutkoski. And this comes out in March from Macmillan, and I was so excited that I got a physical copy of it because they printed very few, and so not everybody who requested one got one. So I'm really excited that they sent one to me. I absolutely loved The Winter's Curse that came out earlier this year, and so I'm really excited to read the sequel. And even though it is a very long book, it is 400 pages, and but I honestly, it flies by. It's such a good series so far. And, of course, it's only the first book that I've read. But, but I'm really excited to see where the story goes. And she's created such a fantastic world here to get lost in. And finally, I was talking about Heather Demetrios earlier with Exquisite Captive. And I got an advance copy of her second contemporary book. Her first one came out earlier this year called Something Real, which was fantastic. And this one is called I'll Meet You There. And it's coming out in February. And I'm really excited to read this book because, of course, like I said, I'm becoming a huge fan of Heather. And so I'm really, really excited to read this book. It just sounds fantastic. And I love that I can get to go back and forth with her, you know, reading a contemporary book, and then I get to read her fantasy, and then I go back to contemporary. So I'm really excited to read this book, and so glad I got a copy of it. So let me know what you guys are excited for, either from what I've shown off, or if you've read any of the books that I have shown off. You know, I'd love to hear in the comments below, and or any other 2015 books that you're excited to read. And because quite possibly it might be a book that I'm not excited to read, but I have gotten a copy of. If it's from Harper Teen, then I might have gotten a copy. So anyway, so just leave a comment below, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you're excited to read, and what you're reading right now. So I will see you all hopefully sooner than than the gap between this video and the last video. I will try and do one next week. All right, I will see you guys later. Bye.